short recording on how to create the little bird. So I go to my pen tool. If I hold down the pen tool, I should select the first option, or else go for the letter P on my keyboard. Okay, I'm going to take away my stroke color, and I'm just going to choose a color for the bird. Okay, a fill color. So what I need to do is I need to click once, then move in a kind of diagonal direction and click and drag. Okay, and then move downwards and click and drag. So I get a shape like so. And when I'm finished, I move up to the top of the screen and choose the black selection tool, and that will kind of deselect the shape. Okay, I then make a copy of this. So Control C and Control V. So I have another copy. And I'm going to hold the Shift key while I rotate it. So the way that I rotate it is I hover over the corners until I get this kind of a double arrow. And I'm going to start rotating and then grab the Shift key and keep the Shift key held while I turn it around. So that will bring it at angles. Okay, this is the angle that I want it to be in, and I move it up into place. Okay, so I will need to kind of zoom right in to get it into place. Okay, and I'm going to go right in so that I've no join. Okay, and I've got something like so. Okay, now I want to make sure that these two shapes are now as one. So I can click and click holding the Shift key, or I can click and drag. And then I go to my Window and Pathfinder panel, and I'm going to unite. Okay, so now that's all one shape. If I move it around, it's all one shape. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color to black, and I'm going to put in a little ellipse for the eye. I'm going to hold my Shift key so it's a perfect circle. And I'm going to create the wing. So to do the wing, I'm going to choose the ellipse tool. Okay, and I'm going to zoom right in, and I'm going to click on the top anchor point, okay, with my white arrow. So I use my white arrow and I drag the handles inwards so that I can round it out, or point it out, excuse me. So I should have a shape like this where it's pointed and then it's rounded. And then I'm going to rotate that and move it into place. Make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to give it a red colour. I'm going to use my arrows on my keyboard just to move it into place. And the last thing I'm going to use is my line segment tool. Okay, and I'm going to click and drag to make a leg. Okay, again I'm going to use the red colour. It'll depend on the scale that you've drawn this as to how thick or thin it would be. I'm going to move that into place like so. And I'm going to use the Alt key and drag so I can make another leg. Okay, and I want to place those legs at the back. So I'm going to choose them. I'm going to right click, arrange, send to back. Now I'm looking at my bird here, maybe he could be squashed down a little bit so he looks a bit more like so. And there we have it, that's the bird completed.